So, Mr. Raiden Resch, first of all, my daughter's middle name is Raiden.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And
Crazy.
I love Mortal Kombat, and you know her name's Bellamy, and I was like, you know, what's the doper name than Raiden, you know?
Yeah.
So good choice, and I want to start off by saying you're doing an amazing job with Flesh and Bone. Okay, Blaze, he's the producer for Busy Bone. He did a lot of excellent work with Busy. I think they charted, they made billboards. I mean, amazing, incredible. And I feel like you are that for Flesh, you know? So there were also some links that were saying that Flesh and Bone trolling his fans because he's dropping song after song and video after video. No, he's not trolling. It's the real deal. So congratulations.
We for real. We working right now. Appreciate it too.
Yes, of course. And how did you and Flesh and Bone link up?
I figured he was gonna ask me that. It'd be hard for me to even remember how I know anybody. Like it's hard for me to remember how I actually meet people. But if I think that it started out by me going to a Bone show years back, probably like 7, 8 years ago. They were here in Fort Lauderdale at Revolution, I think, Revolution Live. And that was my first Bone show ever. I ain't never been to a Bone show like that. And I heard about it, like, fuck it. You know, my homeboy 23 Tizzle and my boy Skrill, they were like they grew up diehard Bone fans, like fanatics. So it was like
likewise, me too.
They was like, let's go. So I was like, all right, fuck it, you know, and I'm an artist, but I'm also a producer. So a lot of my placements happen from me just kind of, you know, going to certain areas where certain artists may be, being at the right place at the right time and just establishing a relationship. So I was like, fuck it, let me go to the show. We went there just to watch the show, you know what I'm saying, and just to check it out. And I ended up meeting Lazy after the show before he got on the bus, and we kind of chopped it up a little bit. And then nothing really happened after that. I ended up meeting a couple of dudes, my boy Dirty Day Chico and Rick Sanchez, and they were cool with Kane. So they would always chop it up with Kane. I know they were giving Kane rides, you know what I'm saying? And they would link up when Kane would come down here, you know what I mean? So then that was another connect that kind of connect me with Kane through them. And then I went to another show. I was at another show, like I think it was in Palm Beach or something. And then Lazy recognized me, and I told him, you know, I had some tracks. We ended up linking up afterwards. I went to the hotel room, brought the studio, set the studio up in the living room. This is how I remember it. I don't know if I'm telling it exactly how it went, but it's something like that. And I ended up like pretty much like I impressed them with my mixing and engineering, and I ended up dropping the verse that night too. So we worked, you know what I'm saying? Like I was helping Lazy do a couple of features for some cats from out of town while he was here in South Beach in Miami. And then ever since I did that, Tony B, I don't know if you're familiar with Tony D.
Yes, Tony's awesome. That's Flesh's manager.
Yep. That's my dog right there. So that's how I met Tony D, kind of hanging out with Lazy Bone. And
very nice.
He locked me in. So every time they come to Florida, I'm like the go-to guy. They call me. I'm the plug, you know what I mean? So whenever they do come down here, you know what I'm saying, I'll set up the studio. You know, I'm at the shows with them. And it's looking like last time they were going to actually put me on stage and have me perform and open up. But I'm sure that's gonna be happening a lot now since me and Flesh got songs together. Me and Flesh actually got a show July the 16th in Massachusetts. So me and Flesh will be in Massachusetts. We're both gonna perform. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of how the whole relationship started. And then I would say like the past year and a half, me and Crazy Bone been communicating. And I've been producing tracks for him, sending shit back and forth. He actually, we've been talking a lot the past 2-3 months, and he has a few tracks that he's actually going to use that I produce. And he also let me know he's going to keep me on the hook on one of the tracks because I be sending beats with hooks on them a lot too. So there was a
I
couple
love your
tracks.
hooks. I love your hooks. I'm a music critic. I can tell what's going to work and what's not right away. And I'm so happy to see you working with Flesh because your
Yeah.
hooks are amazing. I sing them. You know, any type of a song where I'm like, oh, I feel like listening to this, or I can hear it playing in my head, I
Yeah.
know it's a hit. And all your songs, they have that effect on me. So great job. I see some. What's that behind you? Is that a plaque, a platinum? What is that behind you? A silver? What is
Yes.
that?
That's a plaque I got for producing on Plies album.
Nice.
Yeah, I produced on Plies album. I produced on DJ Khaled's album. Ace
Nice.
Hood, yeah, Ace Hood's album. The last like Trick Daddy's three last albums.
Amazing. And
Yeah,
you remain humble. Remain humble, which is the key.
yeah. I'm a strong believer in like you'll get farther with good energy than you will being very talented. Like,
It's true.
yeah,
It's really
you
true.
gotta be humble. You gotta know how to get along with people and create relationships. Like all my placements, everything I ever done is just being able to vibe with them and create a relationship where they respect me, I respect them, and I make myself valuable to even be around. And for me, for it to even make sense for me to even be around.
Yes, yes. And I've seen that humility with you. I've been around the Bone affiliation for about 7, 8 years. I met Flesh and Bone because he heard me sing. I went to the video shoot they asked me to be at, and I did this performance for him, and he's like, "Yep, you're with us." We went on tour, and some people you run into, they are not that talented, but they're very egotistical. They
Yeah,
got big heads with little talent. You know, and it's just awesome. You know, I don't know if you were able to watch the interview with Crazy Bones that I did last week.
yeah. I was watching it. I watched it. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, they're very humble and amazing. They're also going to be part of the Spiritual
You gotta
Warfare
hit this
Project.
up so I can do a collab with him. That'd be dope. Raiden Rush and what does he go by?
There's JGTV Tony, that's Tony, and that's the one I interviewed. And there's also
Yeah,
Young NTG. Both of them are a part of my project, which I would love to have you on, the Spiritual Warfare Project. We've got Bone Thugs and Wu Tang, so I would love to have you as a part of that too. Only good energy allowed. But so how long have you been in the music? Oh, you're wearing a Wu Tang shirt. But
yeah,
and make sure you post this video to your IG so I can copy the link and send it to YTV because there's a huge hip hop platform that they hired me 2 days ago, and it has 144,000 subscribers, and we want to get this interview on that channel tomorrow. So
yeah,
make sure you don't delete this interview. All right?
yeah. I'm gonna post it on my page.
Okay, great, great,
Uze,
great.
shout out Uze, shout out Kalo, shout out everybody tuning in this bitch. YDC, Miami Sound and Films, everybody tuning in. Lucky Luciano, the real J Rich, all y'all. You already know. Soy sauce.
Yes, yes, yes. It's just such a pleasure. Now, tell me, are you originally from Florida?
Yeah, I'm a Floridian. I'm a Florida boy, born and raised.
What's your ethnicity?
I'm half Japanese and half white. I'm Trapanese.
What?
Yeah, I'm cracking these, but I like to call it Trapanese.
Ah, I'm a Haitian American woman.
Oh, okay.
Do you speak any Japanese?
I used to, not really. I know how to say hi, bye, and shut up. That's about it now.
Konnichiwa. Yeah, yeah. I took a Japanese class in college. I love Japanese. Oh my God.
You know what? I had Japanese in high school, and I got like a D in that shit.
You know what? I took a summer Japanese class. It was so fast. I think I got a B. I loved it. It started to
Yeah.
become like second nature. It was
It's a,
very interesting.
it's a hard language to learn. I learned it. I actually lived in Japan for a year, but that was in like second grade. Like my parents split up, they divorced. I ended up moving to Japan with my mom for like a year with
What?
with my grandparents and shit over there. So I lived there for a year. I learned how to speak it fluently, and then I came
Oh,
back here, and I ain't had nobody to use the language with, so I just forgot it. And
nice.
I was growing up like in Lauderdale Lakes in the hood. Like I was born and raised. I went to Castle Hill. You know what I mean? Like so,
Yeah.
it wasn't really
Wow.
the need for me to use it, and I lost it.
Oh my goodness. And then someone here said Zoe Life, blackout. Yeah, that's a Haitian thing. Zoe Pound, Zoe Life. That's funny.
I know more Creole than I know Japanese. That's a shame,
Ça passe, job.
but yeah,
Ou pas connaître créole, non? Ou parler créole avec
that's my
Florida
boy
people?
right there. My boy Blackout. We went to school together. He Haitian, so he'll tell you.
Oh, he's Haitian. Zoe Life, yo.
Yeah,
Zoe Pound, baby. Zoe Pound.
the Z's, boy.
That's awesome.
Shout out to the Z's. But yeah, he'll tell you like we went to Deerfield Middle, Deerfield High. It wasn't nothing but Haitians, Brazilians, like
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
And
I will be back.
Americans too. A lot of Americans, a lot of Haitians, Brazilians. There was actually a lot of American and Haitian beef going on. Like the Black Americans and the Haitians, like they was like literally killing each other still to this
Interesting.
day.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, but it
Wow.
was bad. Like when we was in Deerfield High School, like they killed my boy Steve. Like and I'm cool with
No.
both sides. Like I'm cool with the Americans and the Haitians, and there was
Right.
people that lost their lives over that.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
See, I'm in California and there are not a lot of Haitians. And, you know, the African Americans back in the day, not anymore, they're like, oh, so you're not black, you're Haitian. And it's like, no, I'm black, I'm just not African American. But we all got along because we were the only black people. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's a shame. That's a shame. I will be back in Florida. I can go anytime. I can leave right now, but I've got Killa Army, the Wu-Tang, affiliation coming out here. I've got to help them with some shows and stuff like that. Wu-Tang. So yeah, Ninth Print, Kinetic Nine. Right. Oh, I have an interview with Young Dirty Bastard next Wednesday, Wu Wednesday. Going to be on the same platform, so be sure to tune in. And maybe we can get you guys all to work together. That would be pretty dope.
Yeah,
I see you wearing that W on your shirt, so
yeah.
you know.
I was a huge Wu-Tang fan.
Who's your favorite?
Method Man, RZA, Raekwon.
Yeah.
I would say Method Man, RZA, and Raekwon.
Very nice.
I like them all as a group. You know what I mean? Like,
me too.
but I was
So we need to.
I was a huge Method Man fan. Definitely a huge Method Man fan. Back in the day, I was.
Okay, well let's get you on the spiritual warfare project. We'll talk more about it. The Bone and Wu collaboration being super, super thick. So I see that you and Flesh are doing another music video right now.
Yeah, we about to drop Take Me Out the Game. The single's called Take Me Out the Game. Flesh just released it probably like a few days ago on all platforms, so it's out right now. Flesh and Bone, Take Me Out the Game, produced by me, Go Rush Productions, aka Raiden Rush. The video, we shot the video like about a month ago. I shot it. I personally directed,
Amazing.
shot it, wrote the script, everything. So
amazing.
It looked like he's going to be dropping the video pretty soon, and it's dope.
Isn't Flesh and Bone just the most sweetest, humblest, punctual person?
Yeah, you know what was I noticed, like I've been around a lot of different rappers, like a lot of, I've been around a lot of labels, records, and I had to say that Bone Thugs, they're probably the most nicest. They're beautiful. They still gangster now. I'm not saying they're not gangster, but
they're still gangster. Oh my God.
They some of the most humblest, and they got good energy. Like they good souls. You know what I mean? And
they're beautiful. They are beautiful.
They're genuine, real people. And they heads ain't huge. You know what I'm saying? With a big ego. Nope. I ain't gonna lie. I almost got into it with Busta Rhymes a long time ago. And his head is like this. But you know what's crazy? I still respect Busta Rhymes because he's a GOAT. And I grew up listening to him, and I'm still a fan of Busta Rhymes, and I still listen to his music. I'm a fan no matter what. And I always have respect for Busta Rhymes just for what he did. But yeah, we got off on the wrong foot years ago.
I'm laughing because I used to work with a major producer. I won't say his name, but you know, he said the same thing about Busta.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes, man, he a funny dude, man. But like I said, he's still the GOAT.
I love him. I haven't met him, and I effing love Busta Rhymes. He better be nice to me when I meet him, or else he's gonna catch that Haitian hex.
To me, I feel like once you put in that amount of work, you have the right to act that way. You know what I mean? To a certain extent. I'll let it slide, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't crazy, you feel me? It was just We got off
Right.
the wrong foot.
Arrogant.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah,
you know what's crazy? Me and Spliff Star, me and him are really cool, and we've been cool for years because Spliff Star used to live here in Florida, and
okay.
I met Spliff before I even met Busta Rhymes. So me and that's my dog right there.
Nice.
It's all
Nice.
love, you know what I mean? It's all love.
You know, have you ever met Johnny J, the producer of All Eyes on Me? He passed away, rest in peace. He was beautiful. He introduced me to Busy Bone at the Thug Cry video shoot.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, I used to rap, you know, when I was a teenager, like Bone, and he heard it. And he was like, oh my God, you know, so awesome. He welcomed me to their home, him and his wife. So there are some beautiful, humble people out there who have done major things. All Eyes on Me, you know, that's a big deal, you know. So yeah, you know, different characters, different experiences. We keep that positive energy.
Yeah.
Our responsibility, how we react. So, and the entertainment business, it's really, you know, people are crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I think we should.